grew up as the daughter of an independent fundamentalist Baptist preacher. I had intense fears about the rapture coming and taking everyone but me, of displeasing members of the church or being kicked out for having too many doubts. I didn't know it at the time, but my childhood was going to be the topic of my first book. I wrote this book partly just for me so that I can process everything, get it out of me and onto a page so I can just kind of see like what the heck happened, why is it still affecting me? But also I'm excited to be able to share this with the world because I think it's going to help people heal if they've been through a similar circumstance. I've gone through a lot of self-doubt about whether my book is good enough, whether my writing is good enough. And I just keep pushing through. What are you writing?
My life story. What?
What makes you think anyone's going to want to buy your book? I mean, it's not like you're a celebrity, you know, like people don't just buy books written by a nobody.
Well, I don't know. You're right. Maybe it's stupid.
My name is Becky Gruel, and I've been in Estes Park since 2015, off and on. And I met Sarah through a mutual friend. I was honored that she asked me to read her book before she started publishing it. And what an awesome ride this has been. It was like being shown somebody's heart. Yeah.
So my name is Gina Casto. I'm a part-time novelist. I write romantic suspense with a paranormal twist. And I'm a full-time editor and mentor. Sarah first contacted me in May of 2021. She sends me the manuscript and I go through and line edit and make notes as I go through. I send it back to her so she can make all the changes she wants to make. Then she sent it back to me for the second round of editing. And I go through all of her changes, word by word, line edit again. And then I'll send it back to her and she'll do the same thing again, going through, accepting the edits that she wants, rejecting the ones she doesn't, so she can then move on to formatting, proofreading, which is super important, and then publication.
You know what? You should just go out and get a dead-end job like the rest of us. Self-published authors never make it. And you should stop now before you spend too much of your own money.
And then what? Go to some unfulfilling job every day? Come home, scroll social media on the couch? Yeah, no thanks.
That's what I do.
Whatever. You guys do what you want. I'm gonna publish this book.
I think the thing that surprised me most about this book was the vulnerability that Sarah allowed to come out in her writing and to share with the world. It helps us pull from our strength from inside to be vulnerable in our day-to-day life and to remember our power and how awesome we all are.
My impression of Sarah's book and her writing style was that Sarah did exactly what you want from an author. First, her writing is easy to read. It flows very nicely. And she did not keep me at arm's length, and that's really important. I really felt a connection, and I believed she was being open and honest. She allowed herself to be vulnerable, and I think she was authentic. And those two things are super important. If you want a reader to get something out of your story, those are two things you really need to be.
trauma that we all hold in our bodies affects generations after generations. And you just wrote all that trauma out and said, boom, here you go. Look at it. Now what am I going to do? Our generation wasn't allowed to talk about anything negative, really, especially as women. You know, everything's fine, everything's good. Look at all the things I can do, and I'm never going to complain. And but we're people too.
I think anyone, man or woman, interested in life would enjoy this book, would get something out of it. Whether it's religion, parenting, teenage rebellion, mental or emotional abuse, whatever it is that you're struggling with or have struggled with in the past, or maybe it's somebody that you know, I think that you'll be getting something out of this book. It's well worth the read.
I have so many impressions about this book. All that's going through my head are like all the different scenes that I could see in my head and thinking, whoa, and here you are, like you've overcome so much and you have amazing kids, and yeah, sorry, I'm getting emotional. Kicked ass, woman.